I want to talk about this thing that's happening when Loki shows up and disintegrates himself.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he freaking
Joe, that freaked me out.
It's the loop.
The loop is playing.
He who remains knew exactly what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was lying when he said he didn't know what happens after this point. I think that's a lie, because he knew where this all was going to go. He knew he was going to get killed, and he knew that this shit was going to go into a whole thing. He saw this all, man.
He saw
it just had to end up being Loki. He had to see like this was that future where I saw her coming through the door, and then I got pruned. I pruned me. Oh crap! All right, so I have to do this so this can continue. So I can still be here at this moment.
Yeah, because I was just like, oh shit, and I'm like, okay, he just pruned himself. So you know what I mean? But even in that, because now where did that Loki go, and what did he have to do after he got pruned?
He goes back into the time stream, and then he gets yanked out of the time stream, and like it just continues to loop, and it keeps going forward. They keep saying this shit's a circle.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the whole shit is a weird loop, because it's literally what comes first, the chicken or the egg, because the person that created the thing is now being created by the person whom he creates.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And this is what I'm saying for the casual fan. This shit is going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot. So this is why I'm saying if you're not interested like in mysteries and who did it, this is going to fall so far off your fucking radar, and you're going to grade this so low. Because you don't understand. Okay, first you're a casual fan. You don't understand the character. Then you're not going to do the research. Because as we talked about, one fucking Kang. See this? One fucking Kang. One.
It's Leo's book report, by the way.
Nah, bro. I'll be honest with you. I know we don't take. We talk about it plenty, but thus far, Loki season 2 has been it's been the second strongest received show in the MCU.
Yeah.
And the only one ahead of it is Loki season 1 so far, and we haven't gotten to the end yet.
Yeah. Well, I think there's probably enough Marvel fans to keep this thing floating. Like I agree with Leo. The casual fan might find themselves falling off if they don't understand the mystery. There's a little action, but there's not a lot of pop and zing in terms of superhero movie type of stuff.
Yeah. This isn't that.
This is really kind of a mystery whodunit sci-fi thing that you got to be into. But I think sci-fi heads will find some value in it. Real Marvel fans, especially of those characters, will find it. But I expect that a lot of people, by the time we get to the real presentation of Kang, the Kang Council, you will find people coming back to Loki 1 and 2 as a reference to figure out what's going on, because at some point people gonna say, oh my god, I didn't know this. Like, you gotta go back to Loki season 1 and 2, and that tells you, oh word, I didn't understand it. And then you go back, and then you see the viewership just go through the roof for no reason.
All right, I got a question for you. What is the one part in this episode 4 that pissed me off?
Spaghetti Man.
No,
Spaghetti Man.
No. That was what it was close, but not that one.
No, really?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
What's in the fucking box?
Oh, key lime pie?
No. The fucking box when it's getting sold.
Renslayer.
Dude, I wanted to see that so bad.
Disney Plus, bro.
Dude, I was so pissed. I was like, yo, give me a glimpse. It's a quick just one time. One time.
It was enough to make B-15 sick. That was all.
Dude, did you hear the dripping of the blood in the fucking background? I was like, holy shit.
Can't show that on Disney Plus.
Yo, the general went out like a G, though.
Word.
Yeah.
Stood up for her.
Said, no, that's just she just stood up for her. She said, you must be really mad that nobody walked out that door with you. I was like, damn, bro, she had you in the box, and the shit gets me. You still talking shit? all right, you got it. you got it.
Listen, that's a full salute because she's like, listen, I know I'm not getting out of here, but I'm not gonna go out of here crying. I'm gonna tell you exactly what the fuck I feel. Those are the last words you're gonna hear from me. Defiance. I respected that all day long.
I mean, and you got to walk away and be like, "Damn, she right." Like, ain't nobody,
not one person.
No, you got that one.
Brad.
Brad. Of course, Brad was gonna fucking walk out with her.
Brad did his job later on, so it's all good. There was a reason for that.
We can't talk about episode 4 without mentioning. I don't know what the deal is, but OB, there's something with OB.
OB's that dude, man. OB's that dude.
Because OB is so smart that he knew how to lock Miss Minutes out of the TVA networking system. He disabled enabled whatever you want to call it, but Loki and Sylvie were now able to use their powers within the TVA after he did what he did, and
he got the dampeners right.
Yep. So OB, and then on top of that, let's not forget, Victor Timely got there and he exchanged books with OB and was like, "Oh, this is your book." Like, so OB knows everything that Victor Timely knows. Everything. He knows the TVA. There's something off with OB. Like, OB's got to be like the overarching villain or some shit like this.
OB is he who remains.
Imagine that's the fucking twist, though. Imagine.
No, he's not he who remains, but he's another Kang, though.
That's what I said too.
He could be. Could be
because Victor Timely would have became he who remains. That's why he had to give the book to him to get him on the path to be where he needed to be.
Yeah.
But again, all of this he saw, so he knew this is how this works.
So
and one of the best parts is when they did actually try to give them each other's autograph. Could you please sign my book?
Please sign the book.
Please sign my book. I was like,
you think we could do this later? You think we could do this later or something? You know?
But for him to know who Timely was and nobody else, that's a trip.
That's why I was looking and I was like, you look sus right now. Like, I don't know, OB. I'd like you come off as so like such this tech nice guy, but you're
like, why did we need to get
something going on?
Why did we really need to go get Victor Timely and get his aura? What was that machine about?
So I'll tell you my overall theory. We know that the machine that they have will extract the people from the timeline, from the time streams, because that's what they were trying to do with Loki. They were saying Loki was lost to time, that this machine would pull him out. But I also think that the same machine will pull out Kang the Conqueror because he's also lost to time. So we have to just figure out when this thing is going to happen. But I feel like that's what they're going to use it for.
I feel like OB wants Victor Timely to be like, he wants the TVA to operate smoothly. So I feel like OB wants Victor Timely back in the He Who Remains throne. Like he wants because think about it. The TVA is all OB knows. He sits in that fucking basement by himself tinkering with shit forever. 300
millennium, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, I think he just wants things to be back the way they were or as close to as possible, even if that means pruning everybody else and just starting it over with him, and then Kang going about getting the fact that they make fucking He Who Remains seem like this guy who walks around with the fucking Men in Black tool, just like dissolving people's fucking brains whenever he wants.
But he was
hilarious to me.
He literally was.
I'm like, yo, this guy's literally just zapping people's memories. He's picking people off timelines, zapping their memories. It's like part of the TVA, by the way. Don't worry about it.
But that's the whole point of sitting at the time, because he can do it 100 times and see how everyone reacts. That's why he knows, how the story ends, because he's literally sitting at the end of time, watching all of this stuff go on. Obi and Miss Minutes and Renslayer are his managers that sit on the other end of it and whatnot and keep this thing running. But I agree, there's something with Obi that has not been put out there yet.
Yep.
And but also Kang, go ahead.
I was gonna say Kang's just here like the puppeteer. He's just holding everybody like this, puppeteering everybody around. You know what I'm saying? It's just hilarious to me.
And the back and forth with Victor Timely and Obi, dude, when he puts that, when he tried to put his aura into the machine to open the gates, it's about 50% chance of you. Victor Timely says, okay, hold on, my guy, hold my glasses. And then when he built the model of the fucking room, and he was like, I feel embarrassed me showing you this. And everybody was like, fucking what's the face? Morbius was like, it's a hype, man. You did great. Dude, he did a full sketch of the fucking room and the pathway, the walkway. I was like, what the fuck? And I can't stand Sylvie. I can't stand this bitch.
Sylvie's actually she's starting to drive me a little crazy because I'm like,
she's pissing me off. She's pissing me off with all this whining shit.
Sylvie's got one motivation, and that is to have a life.
Yeah.
And so whatever she has to do to have a life, she'll, listen, she wants to go back to that time that she was at, eat all the McDonald's that she can fill. Like, that's where she wants to go. You know what I mean? So I understand her motivations, but she, obviously she's twisted because there are other things involved and whatnot. But even
she's selfish like a Loki. That's what it is.
She is a Loki.
But the problem is she caused this whole timeline to go fuck up.
Yeah, yes and no.
But if you really think about it, Sylvie's technically not wrong. If you really think about it, because the fact that He Who Remains runs the timeline really is fucked up in the overarching aspect of the entire thing. But the fact of the matter is, without him, it's chaos. So it's like, what do you want? Do you want utter chaos, or do you just want somebody running your fucking life the way it is? So it's the worst of two evils. You know what I mean? And for somebody who wants freedom, like Sylvie, she's like, I don't want anybody fucking running. But instead, she doesn't realize that, like, if I do this, 19 million fucking Kangs are going to shoot through portals, and they're all just going to keep popping up out of the middle of fucking nowhere. And eventually, one's going to prune my whole fucking timeline where I'm happy fucking working at McDonald's. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it's going to be the war that's on the mural that nobody remembers. It's just it's a pretty thing that's up there, and it's like, that's dope. But no one knows what that actually means.
Exactly.
No one knows that that's the war of
Kangs. Victor Timely was standing there staring at it.
Yeah.
When he first came into the TVA, he turned around and looked at it. It looked familiar. Like it looked familiar to him when he first got in the portal. I was like, yeah, that's the War of Kangs. I was like, he's staring the shit out of it though. I was like, all right.
And I'm go ahead, gotcha.
No, I was just gonna say, like, and again, He Who Remains at this point has probably seen these wars happen, but this might be the first time he's had this particular formula of Loki and Renslayer and Mobius involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, this war might have happened, a million times, but this is the first time this particular formula has come into play.
I think that's the war that Renslayer helped him win. I think that's what the war was that he helped, and that's why he wiped her mind, because you can't remember this now. You can't remember what had happened. We're just going to move forward. I'm going to move forward. I know what happened, but you're going to do what you do over there for the TVA for me, but for all time, always.
Yeah. Well, listen, he already has that built in. Listen, he already has that built in, because remember, he told Miss Minutes it's a protocol. He said protocol. So that means that it's already pre-written instructions on, when we send her back, you know what it is.
So we are playing a loop then.
Yeah.
This is a loop.
It's a loop. But again, this is probably the first time he's had this, because understand, Loki was not supposed to be in the middle of this.
It's supposed to be
he showed up unexpectedly because of what happened with the with the cubes, with the Tesseract.
Did he though?
Yes.
I don't know,
because he was not supposed to have the Tesseract. He wasn't supposed to.
But then also he got killed but he also got killed in Thanos in Endgame.
True.
But this takes place. I think this takes place before Endgame.
So this is all Steve Rogers' fault.
Technically,
back to your point. No, it's Star-Lord's fault.
It's fucking Star-Lord's fault. Star-Lord started with this shit. He fucking caused all this bullshit.
It might be Tony Stark's father's fault because,
True.
If he hadn't,
goddamn shit, we're going back.
I think then we got to blame Stan Lee because he created all this.
He
shit.
created all this.
Fucking Jack Kirby drew all this shit, so it's both of their fucking fault. We going in fucking circles right now. I don't know what
I'm trying to figure it
and
out.
that was all y'all fault for reading this shit.
Right?
We had this conversation already. Thousands of times.
But
Man.
of course, what I want to end it by saying one thing. Sometimes Marvel does a really good job of getting these. I don't know what it is, but I know I keep on harping on it in different videos that we say. But for me, this season of Loki started a little slow. But whenever Jonathan Majors' face shows up on the screen, all of a sudden I get like, oh shit, like some shit's about to go, like, oh shit. And he takes it up another notch. I didn't like Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania. I love Jonathan Majors, Kang in it. I saw his scenes. They were fucking dope. It picked up the movie another level. I watched fucking Loki, both seasons. Jonathan Majors' face goes on the screen, takes it to another fucking level. You know what I'm saying? So Marvel has done a stupendous job with him. And the last thing I will say is we're not even done. We got 2 episodes left. We don't even know what the fuck's about to happen. Marvel can end up with a whole nother twist to end this shit.
All we just be like flash of light.
We don't know. We don't know what the fuck is going to happen.
Fucking spaghettis again.
I thought something happened to my TV, man. Like I was like, yo, what happened? My joint cut off?
Yeah.
Dude, I was so pissed off when that happened. I was like, this better not be the fucking. You better not. I need an extra credit scene. Something.
Yo, my man Spaghetti, and I was like, oh shit! I was like, what the fuck just happened? I was like, wait a minute, what just happened?
Dude, I was waiting for fucking Wanda and fucking Scarlet Witch to come out and fucking be like, there you go.
But I think the way that I know I said this before when we were doing our other Kang video, shameless plug, we did a Kang video. You probably see that one, go back and watch that one as well. But I don't think that Victor Timely, Kang the Conqueror, He Who Remains, I don't think they do anything without knowing the repercussions and what's coming next. Yep. He wanted to go out there and do the thing that had to be done outside the doors. He was like, no, it needs to be me. Don't send Loki out, send me. I'll go. He doesn't do anything without there being an overarching fucking plan. He did it on purpose, and something's going to come of it. And all of a sudden, we're going to be like...
Because he knows way too much. He knows way too much. Yeah. He knows the whole TVA handbook. He knows what happens out there. He knows what's going on with temporal energy.
Because at this point, all the protocols and all of that He Who Remains wrote that are actually what he wrote are already in that book that he's read. So he understands what's going to happen here. And this is why I said when he walked out of there and he split into time strands, I would not be surprised that he either ends up with Kang the Conqueror or he, redevelops as He Who Remains. He's very close to, the beginning and the end, as it were. So,
yeah, I think they hit us with the Back to the Future with that fucking almanac that tells you everything. Yeah. The hoverboard and fucking what's the face? Yeah. It's like, the Cubs win the World Series 13-10, and here are the scores, and here's how many times they scored in each inning. Now you have the playbook. I'm gonna teach you how to do it.
You know what I just thought of? How funny would it be if some shit like this went down, where like we ended the season and Victor Timely actually becomes He Who Remains again and ends up at the end of time and whatever. And he basically hits Loki with the old fucking Thanos one-liner. Where did that bring you? Back to me. I'm right here again, bitch. What you gonna do? You gonna stab me again? You want to skip the loop over again, bitch? What do you want to do?
Right. But then
that'll be fucked up. That would be so fucked up.
Imagine he's just standing there like, oh, what happened? You stabbed me. I'm right the fuck back here, aren't I? What are you gonna do now?
I think that might be improbable only because we know at this point the Council of Kangs have started to mount their war.
They've been
mounting. So that would be too clean at this point. There's got to be a conflict. There's got to be So here's a question. So at this point, Ramatut, Scarlet Centurion, Immortus, what's their plan? What are they planning to attack? Is the question.
TVA?
Everything. Every fucking thing.
Well, we got to see what everything is, man, after that flash of light.
Because the only thing I come up with is that they now send every Kang out to conquer every strand on the timeline and whatnot. And
selfish. All of them are selfish. They want full control.
But again, and this goes back to our previous conversation. If they so do this, this is where every instance where a Kang comes into contact with a Marvel superhero character, this is where that story across the MCU has to happen. Every instant, if this is the story that the Council of Kangs now attempt to take over every strand, they now have to Ramatat running into the Fantastic Four. You now have the whole Galactic state, like you like all of these instances and stories now have to be told.
Yep,
dude, that's a lot. It's a lot.
That's it. I'm with it.
Jonathan Majors got at least 15 years of fucking bag collected. At least.
There's gonna be a twist at the end of these last 2 episodes.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some type of twist, and I don't know if we're gonna see it coming. I don't know if it's gonna be something we don't expect, but there's gonna be something that leads to everything. It wouldn't honestly surprise me if you look at where everything lines up. It wouldn't surprise me if all this then falls into the Marvels, has something to do with what the fuck happens there. Because if you look at the timing, the Marvels comes out like literally the day after the last episode of Loki, which seems coincidental, but not. So like it could just lead into other things that are coming down the road. Deadpool.
Well, that would just make me love Marvel more.
Yeah. So hopefully, and like we just, Wendell, I know you weren't here, but in our Kang video, we just mentioned like we've all been talking about like what's the connective tissue to everything going on in the MCU, and like the MCU kind of like slipped Kang in and was like, oh, by the way, he's everywhere. So like he connects to everything and everyone in some way, shape, or form.
Yes, he does.
It's like, it's one of those things where that's the deal. And I think they're just going to keep on throwing out Kangs at us left and right and be like, yo, here you go. You're not going to get sick of this guy, are you?
and this is the thing. He's in that level. He's on that plane. He's that playing field. But the thing is, it's more chess, not checkers. Thanos is fucking straight checkerboard with a fucking grenade launcher.
True.
That's all he was. The Mad Titan. Kang is chess with a fucking laser shooter. That's what it is.
But obviously the fans don't mind. Everybody seems to be here for
I don't mind. Just keep the shit coming.
Yeah, I'm loving it.
So, as usual, what I will say is you guys let us know your thoughts below on Loki season 2 so far. Have we missed anything as far as Kang goes? Tell us your theories down in the comments section. Let's have a discussion. Let's talk about it.
Yes.
What are we gonna see the next 2 episodes? How is this gonna end? Is it gonna be some crazy twist? Who knows? But I am going to hit you guys with the spiel. This has been a longer form video. If you like this type of content, also let us know down below. We love Marvel theories, and I think we could keep this going for a while, considering we might not get movies for a little bit, given everything that's going on in the world right now. So we're probably going to have a lot of Marvel theory to do for the next couple years, months, whatever. So let us know below. And of course, your boys are pushing ever so close to that 500 subscriber mark. Hopefully by 2024, by the time that rolls around, we will be there. We're getting so close, and we really appreciate the love and support. So if you could, please click the like and subscribe button below. Tell a friend to tell a friend, all that good stuff. And of course, check us out on all forms of social media. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and now live on Kick and Rumble. All your viewing and listening needs. And until the next time, don't give Kang any more technology, please. Keep him away.
Prune your ass if you don't hit that subscribe button.
You get pruned. Do it. Catch y'all on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.